And we mentioned the fact that now Jehan Gordon is the first African-American to be elected to the 92nd District. What great things do you think she might be able to help our district?
Well, there are three that come to mind immediately. One is education, the funding of education. She talked a lot about that during her campaign. The other is health care for our children. She was a great proponent of that as well. And the third thing, of course, in terms of what the district needs is a livable wage for the residents of the district. You know, those are all things that our predecessor voted against. And so we now have a voice in Springfield that can begin to address those issues collectively with other representatives from around the state.
Anything else you had to say about this historical night?
You know, it's difficult to put it into words. I mean, when you think about the struggles of people in this community over the years, the days of John Gwynn, the days of Frank Campbell, the days of Irma Davis and Henry Harper, and the heroes in our community are legendary. And they always preached a message of hope and a message that eventually the true promise of America will be available to everybody. Well, that day is here. And to be able to wrap your mind around that is enormous, but it's a reality.
We're now here with Colleen Callahan, who is the Democratic candidate for the U.S. 18th Congressional District. Unfortunately, the numbers didn't go for your way tonight, but history was so made here anyway.
Oh, absolutely it was. And it was an honor to be part of this ticket that made history tonight. And as I said earlier to someone, in this 18th Congressional District, the district decided to stay with tradition rather than make history. And so was this predictable? Well, when a Democrat hasn't held this seat in 90 years, it was somewhat predictable. Yet I never felt like the sacrificial lamb, nor did I ever feel that this was an effort in futility. If I didn't think that we could have done this, I wouldn't be here tonight. Yet when you start with just 7 months left in the campaign, as we did in March, and started with no money, when the major opponent had already millions and already been campaigning for that long, you know it's a long shot. But yet, for the numbers that we were able to put together, and for the number of people who came out in support, I'm very proud of our effort in this campaign.
Your thoughts on the other history making, the first African-American president, the first African-American person to represent the 92nd District?
Well, it is the great opportunity that our country and this district seized, actually. It was really an incredible feeling to be part of that history, to be on the same ticket that made that history, and to be at so many polling places today where the lines were so long, said two things, in my opinion. One, that we have become very frustrated over leadership in the last few years, and at the same time, we have great hope. And that's what brought out those numbers today.
What's next for Colleen Callahan?
Well, what's next for Colleen Callahan is that she'll go back to her career of Colleen Callahan Communications, and she will return to that with more breadth and depth to that career than she could have ever had before without this experience.
We're here with a good friend of ours, Jehan Gordon, formerly of the Tri-County Urban League, and also the mother of newly elected State Representative Jehan Gordon. And any secrets of how she acted as a kid?
She was sometimes unpredictable, full of energy. Even when it came down to bedtime, she didn't want to go to sleep. She always wanted to stay up and be busy. So we can see that helped in the campaign.
One of the missions of the Urban League, of course, is to help the youth achieve, especially with the TSTN program and their other programs. Seeing somebody like Jehan Gordon achieve what she did, how is that going to help the youth that your agency serves and other agencies?
Well, hopefully the young people will see within Jehan there are a number of lessons to be learned, taking responsibility, taking on a heavy fight, sticking to things even when the going gets tough, and establishing goals. It's not always easy to reach one's goals, but if it's worth having, it's worth fighting for. And my daughter did do that in the last 15 months.
Welcome back to Captions. We're continuing our discussions on history in the making with the election day, November the 4th. We're here with Marta. And Marta, tell us about your reaction to the election of Barack Obama.
Well, I'm overly joyed for all of us because I think it's been a long time coming for a change. And I believe that not since President Kennedy have we been so inspired about an election. I've never thought that I would live to see the day where the whole world would be tuning into what was happening to the United States of America. So I'm overly joyed, and I'm just looking forward to what's due.
But during the campaign season, there was a battle between McCain and Obama to court the Hispanic vote. How do you feel the Hispanics might have went for, McCain or Obama?
I believe that they did go for Obama. I'm from Puerto Rico by birth. I'm a U.S. citizen. But I do know that back in the island, it was divided between not the Republicans. We are not Republican down there. But some people wanted Hillary Clinton. Some people wanted Obama. And we've always been a very democratic island. And we just were, I believe that they're overjoyed. They were having their elections there, too, yesterday. So, you know, it would be kind of hectic. But I'm sure that a lot of people in Puerto Rico are also happy to see somebody like of the caliber of Barack Obama.
When you first found out that Obama had been elected president, what was your feeling? What was your emotion?
Excited. Not just of him being African American, but what we can do as a country on a whole when we put together.
Grandma Shirley, tell me about your reaction to Obama becoming president.
I was very happy, joyful, glad, excited, wished I was there in the crowd to it was just something great. It was history being made.
Is this history that you thought would ever be made?
I believe, yes, I believed it was going to be. I had faith that one day we would have a black president. And I didn't vote because he's black either. I voted because of what he said he was going to do. I voted because he's an honest man. And I believe that the things that he said that he was going to do, he's going to do. But if I can remember correctly, every time he said something about what was going to be done, he never said that it would be done. He said he would try. And that was being very honest.
But let's talk about as far as hopefully what he'll do for the senior citizens.
He's going to help us. He's going to fix our, that we have medical insurance. And also he's going to fix it so that the Medicare will be so much better. And I just believe that he's going to work hard for the senior citizens. I really do. Because after all, he was raised by his grandparents. And I just think that he's going to do a good job for us senior citizens.
Did you ever think that we will finally have an African-American president?
No, I didn't, because back when they started busing, I was on the plane to Washington, D.C. to lobby to keep my kids at their local school. And I just didn't believe that I would ever see it. I believed that we could if we rose above the stuff that we'd been taught all our life.
Grandma Violet, what did you think of the historic making election last week?
That's exactly what it was. It was wonderful. Good results. We got a president-elect with experience and his background of a person that really cares. I didn't hardly know who he was. I've watched every debate. He's a remarkable young man that really cares, has a history of doing so, helping people. This country is such a mess. It's going to take a while, a few years, but things will be, a lot better. And I like Aaron Schock also, and Jehan Gordon, and Aaron Schock is just a great, remarkable young man for his young age. He's done a lot.